Hi, welcome back to Anxiety.Stitched. My name is Amy and welcome to my FlossTube. If you're new here, hi, I'm very excited to have you here. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I'm so excited to see you back and welcome to my second part of my Start September. So obviously it is now October, which means Start September is completed, and I'm so excited that I got numerous amounts of starts done during Start September. It was a bit of a fun challenge for me that I did, just to give myself, I think, something to do, but also because I had a lot of starts that I wanted to start. And I thought, what not a better month than September, has a nice ring to it, to get these starts done. So if you haven't seen my last FlossTube, definitely go check it out. I had about 6 new starts in that one. Unfortunately today I only have 3 new September starts, but I do also have 1 new spooky season start, which I'm super excited to show you guys. But yeah, hey, let's get into it. So Start September. It was an interesting thing for me to do. So I know some people have been doing months where they do a new start every single day. I could not do that. I lost interest pretty quickly. It was really fun at the start of September. So if you go and watch my last FlossTube, you'll see that I did a lot more work on those new starts compared to what I've got here today to show you. I don't know, it kind of wore off. The fun of it wore off, the kitting up, having to get the new, frames out, starting again. I didn't put as much work into them as I did at the beginning of the month. And maybe it's because I started my most exciting patterns first and my maybe less exciting patterns for me in the second half of the month. But I think it was also because I started to get really keen on going back to some of my already working on WIPs and pulling them out and putting some work on them. So I did get distracted. I think that's probably what we should say here. I got distracted. Which was fine. But hey, let's get this started and we'll see what we have here. Okay, so my first new start was actually it was one that it's quite a popular person, but I need to figure out which way is up in this. I have only done an armpit of that person. So as you can see, it's just the armpit area, and so this is Edward Cullen, and I got this pattern, and so this is the pattern here of what it will look like when it is completed. I found this when I was doing my Jasper Hale pattern, and this is actually another Australian designer, and so as always the designer and the pattern name will be up here. And I saw this and I was like, oh, that's just great, because yeah, look, I've spoken here before, I was a Twilight fan as a teenager, now as an adult it's nostalgic, I have a good laugh at it, and I thought this was really good to have a nice laugh at. To be honest, I just really wanted to use the light, so see if you can see here, but the light effects. I just really want to use the light at the DMC thread here just to give Edward his sparkle. So I did change the called for skin color because I really wanted to use this one because I just thought it looked better. It is coming up a little bit grey on here, but I think that kind of matches Edward great because, he's supposed to be hard as stone, he's supposed to be pale, he's supposed to sparkle like diamonds. I think the grey kind of works, and the sparkle in it is great. So I was really excited, and that is why I started down on the clothes, and then I moved up quickly to the skin, because that's kind of the main reason I wanted to start it, is just to see how this skin turned out. I was really excited to change the skin colour. I obviously haven't got much done on it. I did about half an hour's work on it, put it away. It's not one that I'm real keen to get a lot of work done quickly. Maybe one day I'll pull it out and be like, oh, get really into it and get it finished. It's just one that I plan to have for just, those rainy days when you feel like working on something a little bit different. My next new start actually comes from my mum's kits. My mum gave me, I've mentioned here before, an awesome stash of old school, all her old patterns that she had, ones she's not done before, kits. So many. I'm actually thinking I may need to do a video on her stash that she gave me, because there's just so much that I couldn't put it in one of these FlossTubes because it's just too much. So this is out of her stash, and I saw it and I was like, you know what, I really want to start this one. So I don't know if you can see because the light's glistening on it. So this is called Yester Years, and it is by Little House Needleworks. Now I did look it up, and you can still buy this pattern. It is still available, so it's not, you know, it's not out of run or anything. I did start it, so I'm starting it on even weave, 28 count. I'm doing 2/2, and I'm trying to use the colors called for, but I was having a problem. So I am starting this little bit here, this little bicycle guy. That's who I am starting, and I thought, oh yeah, that's great. I can just sit here and I can work on him and it will be easy. And I plan to work square by square because I thought that would be really nice to kind of get squares done, and then it, you know, gives you a little real good feel. This is how much I've got done. And yeah, bit of a shame. Didn't get as much done on it as I thought I was going to. And what happened is that I got annoyed because this is probably the first pattern I've done where the colours, I couldn't even match towards the colours it called for, what I have in my kit. I have a lot of colours in my kit. I've got one of those, I've got 2 lots of those 300 packs you can get off Amazon. I got just to fill in my kit just for these smaller stitches so I can easily have pretty much nearly any colour at my hand. And I couldn't even match the shades that they were asking for. So I was a bit bummed by that. So that kind of killed the mood a lot for that night because I was just like, oh, I'm not gonna get very far on this. So I just did the border on it, just to make sure that so I just did a part of the border on it, and that's as far as I got, and then I then I put it away. So, you know, bit of a shame. Definitely one that's going to come back out though. I think this will definitely be a next year stitch more than the rest of this year, because I do have plans. I actually have plans for once for what I want to stitch the rest of this year. Now my next new start is a little bit different because it's not cross stitch, it is Blackwork, but for me it is still floss, so I feel like it fits on FlossTube. I love Blackwork, but I've never finished one. Blackwork is the kind of thing, it's great when my anxiety is a bit funny because there's lots of, you know, the patterns in it. It's just, I find it a lot more, I don't know, more of a rhythm for me, which is funny because cross stitches, there's a lot of crosses, but I don't know, just something about it visually helps me a lot with my anxiety. I was pretty excited to start a Blackwork using my new Guntherman thread. Oh, so sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. And that's why I bought it from Spotlight. And so I got on and I bought a new Blackwork, and it's another gate. I have been working on a gate for a while now and haven't finished, which I was doing with metallic DMC thread. And I think that's why it was annoying me. It was the first time I'd used metallic, and I did like tried to do a whole Blackwork in it. So I started using this thread, and I'm really loving the way it's coming out. So I'll just see if I can get the light on this. So this is the bottom of the gate, and I only worked on this over a work lunch break, and it's just, I don't know, it's just, I just love working on it. Like I had to put it down to go back to cross stitch because it was just a lot of fun. And so that is my last new start of Start September, is the Blackwork, and this pattern will look like this when it's done. And you can see it's actually not as intricate as another Blackwork that I'm working on at the moment, but it is beautiful, and I'm thinking the gold on the black is very traditional Blackwork, and I'm actually kind of excited to get it done and have a little bit of the gate series going on, because yeah, I have not finished one Blackwork. I've worked on a few, just not finished one. My husband actually walked in, he's like, oh, you're redoing that one in a different thread. I'm like, no, this is another one in the series. I've just not got a Blackwork up on my wall yet. We will get there, we will. You know what, while I'm speaking about Blackwork, I will move this up the order of what I was going to talk about. I actually cracked out my Blackwork WIP. So he is Humphrey the whale, and he is a beautiful, very big, very intricate Blackwork. So here he is. Okay, he's a bit big. So there he is. So he is being worked on 14 count Ida, and it is hand dyed by Daisy Chain Stitchery, and it's kind of got that nice kind of wavy look, which I thought was fantastic for a whale. He's fantastic. I really love working on him. He's just divine. Just look at him. Oh, he looks, I'm seeing him on camera, he's really hard. So Blackwork is a bit like cross stitch. When you're working on it, you're working on tiny little bits, and you don't really get to see how they look full-fledged. So that's him. And he's lovely, and I'm really excited and want to finish him within the next 6 months, and I don't know if I will, because Blackwork is deceptive. I first started and I'm like, oh, it's going to be really quick. It's not really quick. It's slower than what I anticipated, and that's okay, because sometimes it's nice, and it's still a lot of fun. Like, I highly recommend Blackwork, because what it's doing is I don't have much backstitch in a lot of the cross stitches that I do, just for some reason, not by choice. Like, I don't mind backstitch, but this is giving me a chance to practice my backstitch and really nail it, and I'm thinking it's really upping my cross stitch game. Well, that's what I'm hoping anyway, but it is a really fun type of embroidery. So if you haven't given it a go, I highly recommend it, and I highly recommend the pattern designer that Humphrey is made by, because they have some free ones on their website. So if you just want to give it a go, it's really great to do. Even cards, Christmas cards, so that I've seen a few Blackwork Christmas cards, which are a lot of fun to do. But what I did want to show is I did have another new start, but it wasn't part of my Start September piece. So my Start September piece, we ended up in total with 8 new WIPs. So that's adding it in. I can't wait to do my WIP parade, because maybe I'll have more than 10 for once. But remember, I do have a limit of 15, although I haven't been counting. I may have gone over, just because it's too overwhelming for me and I can't manage it, and I don't have the space to keep any more than that. But I did want to start another one for Halloween month. Now, I've not, I kind of stitch spooky witchy things all year long, but this is different. So this is the Flossibilities Trick or Treat Town, and yeah, just I saw it in Queensland when I was up there, and I grabbed it. And my when I went to Queensland to visit Rose Crafty Corner, I drove 11 hours just to see them, didn't I, ladies? And I met up them at Coco Cross Stitch store up in Brisbane, and I found this there, and I also found the fabric there that I'm stitching this on. And Kylie from Rose Crafty Corner, she also has it. So we're working on this together, which is really exciting, because I don't know if she realizes that she really spurs me on to actually get these stitches done when we're working together. I feel like I have some accountability. We do it with our Titanic stitches as well every April. This is a bit different. In Titanic stitches, we set a goal of like 100 stitches a day. For this one, Kylie has a heap of Halloween ones she's working on, so I'm trying to work on mine every second day, and I think Kylie's just hoping it spins up and she'll get to catch up to where I'm up to. But I started it yesterday, because yesterday was the 1st of October, and this is where I have got to. And so I don't think this fabric is actually showing up very well on camera, but this is actually beautiful hand-dyed fabric. It is 32 count even weave, and it is from Paddock Lane Designs. And yeah, it's beautiful. I think it's kind of showing up now, maybe a little bit better. And I did a heap on this last night. I think I counted that I've done about over 300 stitches. So that is an absolute heap. Totally stoked that I got that much done. And poor Kylie on my Instagram this morning was like, oh no, I need to catch up. But like that's the thing of not really having a rules kind of style together. We're just kind of promoting each other along to sort of, hey, let's get this stitching done. It's a really cool design. So yeah, this is that one. So if you have this pattern and you're like, I've been wanting to start that and just haven't had, because it is like a lovely pattern. Someone called it creepy cute, and I went, that's what it is. It's creepy cute, which usually I don't think I do the cute part of the creepy. If you do have that and you'd like to join in our sale, just let me know. Just come over to Instagram and just like comment, and we'll put you in a chat, and we can all have a chat and all do it together, because it is a lot of fun to have other people to stitch with. For me, I don't have a cross stitch community where I live, and now with Brooke not cross stitching anymore, I don't really have anyone to cross stitch with, and it's a bit sad sometimes. So I'm really grateful for my internet friends that I've made here on FlossTube and on Instagram, just to have someone to talk to about stitching things, because I would love to be able to go to a group. Like, I'm pretty jealous when I went to Brisbane and walked into this craft store, there was just a bunch of ladies sitting there stitching, and I just really wish that we had something like that where I live. And yes, I could start it myself, but I'm just so busy. Like, I just don't think that I don't think I have the mental capacity to take that on. I would attend something, but I don't think I have the capacity to start a group. So But yeah, so that is my spooky start. But now, over to the WIPs that have been taking up my attention, which stopped me working on my other new starts. So the first one, and the favourite of my WIPs as usual, and the one I think I show every time, is the Graveyard Wonder, or Graveyard Wonder? Oh god, man, I'm having a brain moment of what it's called. It will be up here, peeps. Everyone's to look up here. Witchy Stitcher, hugely popular, has now been released on Witchy Stitcher's Etsy. I have also seen online there is a sale going around for this too, so I will pop the hashtag along here somewhere of what that sale is using if you want to join it. I sadly am too far gone to join that. I think I am about 1,000 stitches off, I've counted, being finished, which is super exciting for me. I've got the frame ready to go on the wall. I rearranged all my cross stitches on my wall the other day, and I just the empty frame up because I needed to just work out spacing. And yeah, so it's nearly done and I'm loving it. I'm thinking this will maybe be a focus piece this weekend as we're leading into the weekend, just to kind of get it done. It is a long weekend where I am, so I will have Monday off work to, you know, do family life and stitch. It's supposed to be really hot. It's meant to be like 32 degrees, and that's in Celsius for anyone watching outside of Australia. It's going to be quite warm, so it would be a kind of nice day to sort of stay inside and stitch under the fan. But yeah, here she is. So I've done a fair amount of work since in the last 2 weeks. So I've done his legs and a bit more of that tombstone, and just worked on a bit of the dress too. So nearly at the bottom there. A little bit more to go, but yeah, not much. So hopefully in the next FlossTube this will be a finish, which would be really nice because I feel like I don't have many finishes, and I've got that frame just sitting there just waiting for it. Now in a completely different direction, away from creepy Halloween kind of style things, I pulled out this one. So this is called The Settlement. I again can't remember the full title of the book that it is from. It is a wonderful vintage Australian book which is no longer in print that I managed to find at a vintage bookstore, and absolutely just loving this one. And it's just something a bit different that I like to stitch. Yeah, I really want to get this one done in the next 6 months. This one's on my list to get finished, and you know, I actually don't have too much to do. I mean, I've got it's a lot of block color, which I'm kind of loving because my other ones aren't so much block color. But it's got it doesn't really have much. There's not much more of this house to go on this side, so coming along quite nicely. I just need to get in and finish that roof section and the trees, and then a lot of the block stuff will be done. Again, check out this fabric. It is even weave, 28 count, and it is from Soldal, Australia, and it is the gum leaf one, which is perfect for that stitch. Now my last WIP that I have been working on is a little bit more back to Halloween now. Good old Victor from Corpse Bride. He was my travel WIP when I went to Queensland, and I pulled him out when I was watching the new Outlander series. I'm like, oh, what can I work on that doesn't take too much energy? And he's great. So you can see I've just started to get some of the some of the back stitch done in him now, and filled in the colour that I forgot to take with me on my holiday. And he's not far to being done either. So he's a bit of a one that I'm thinking about working, because I watch Corpse Bride as like one of my Halloween movies every year. So I'm thinking about working on him for like a Halloween stitch and getting him up next to Emily. He's just coming out so lovely. I just love working on this one. It's just such a nice one. I've still got all like the confetti watercolors to do around him, so like little confetti stitches here and there, but he's coming along quite nicely. So yeah, he's one of my other distracting stitches that took me away from my new start. But you know, what can you do? It's really, I've been finding my health anxiety and stuff's been super bad. I've also got a bit of bad news about my grandmother's breast cancer. Look, she's hopefully going to be okay. Just she already had, you know, basically stage 4 breast cancer, but now it's gone to triple positive breast cancer, they're calling it now. So it just changes everything a little bit, makes it a bit harder. So my brain's been a little bit scattered. It's hard to deal with, especially with my own health anxiety. And yeah, health anxiety is just, it's a funny thing. It just pops up all the time for random stuff. So what I am finding is by just moving between different cross-stitch projects every day, every hour, that if I'm doing a long stitching stint, it's helping my brain just kind of like flick, 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 and I'm getting really involved in it, and I'm giving myself a challenge to like get it finished, and to do the stitching with Kylie, and to do Start September has actually been really good for me. It's given me something to do and think about that's outside of my health anxiety, outside of my poor grandmother and her breast cancer. But enough of that sad news. So that's just kind of why my brain's a bit everywhere, and you might see me flicking between project and project. But other than that, this was, I think, a very quick FlossTube compared. I thought I had a lot. Oh, I sort of had to say, I did buy something. Kylie got me onto Children Crafts Facebook group, and I have now gone and bought 2 new patterns. This beautiful one, Titanic. I have been seeing people working on this. I wanted this badly. I would have done this one instead of my other Titanic one had I been able to get this back then. I now have this. This will be replacing my Titanic one when I eventually get that finished, which could be years. I then bought this beautiful one. Jack Sparrow is one of my most favorite characters. Pirates of the Caribbean is one of my most, like, my favorite trilogy. Yes, I am working on another Jack Sparrow WIP at the moment. If you haven't seen, check out on my Instagram. Just scroll a little bit and it is there. But yes, I've already started kitting this one up and already got the fabric and plan to start it. So, you know, I'm just not sure. Now, if you were doing this one, would you do it in tent stitch or full cross stitch? Because the pattern does say you could do either, and I'm not sure what to do. I'm thinking about doing half stitches except for his base, and then I'm also thinking about just doing it in all full cross stitches and seeing how long it takes, but I don't want to do that and regret it. I don't know. What would you do? The only other thing that's been kind of going on in my stitchy world is I have hurt my shoulder from cross stitching. I feel like I'm 80. I really need to invest, I think, maybe in a better floor stand. The one I'm using is great because it can hold on to a Q-snap, but it doesn't turn, so it's really hard to tie off. I have to like flip it all the way up and tie off, and then I lose tension and lose where it was sitting. That was nice. So what floor stands do you use? I really would love to know. I'm hoping everyone's made it to the end of this video, and you can tell me below in the comments what floor stands you use, because Christmas is coming, my birthday is coming. I would love to put it on my list for people to buy me vouchers, or you never even know, I might get lucky and get bought one. But yeah, so that's what I'm kind of struggling with at the moment, a little bit of ergonomics with cross stitching, and yeah, me starting too many patterns. I think I've just started too many. I can't believe I've just done Start September, done a new start for Halloween, and now I've just told you I'm going to start that Jack Sparrow stitch. But I'm super keen actually to do it. I'm thinking about just going back to that Jack Sparrow stitch. I'm thinking about doing it in full crosses because I think that I want to try and do a full coverage. I've been very against full coverages. I didn't think I had the attention span for full coverages. I see you all doing them, and I think I want to do one. So I think the full coverage might be coming. So stay tuned to see how that progresses. But yeah, but that's pretty much it. I'm hoping to get these videos out a little bit more regularly, every 2 to 3 weeks, which is really exciting. Now it's just me. I'm hoping to try and build the channel a little bit more and have more videos. I will definitely do a video in the coming weeks on the haul I got from my mum, because who doesn't love a cross-stitch pattern haul? And I also have a little video I'm working on that I filmed with my friend. He's not a cross-stitcher, but I showed him how to cross-stitch and we made a cross-stitch video. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. One of the cameras went kablooey, which is a real shame, but we were filming with 3 cameras, so we will see how it goes, and I'm hoping to have that out too in the next few weeks. So a few things coming here on my FlossTube, so definitely subscribe to me so you don't miss them out. Plans for cross-stitching is obviously I'll be working on the Trick or Treat Town stitch along with Kylie. I plan to start the Jack Sparrow stitch very soon. Now I'm thinking about it, I might even start it tonight. I do want to work on the Graveyard Wandering because I really would like to get that finished. And then I have a few other WIPs. So my Vampire Tin is one I want to keep working on and I have out. I also have out my Australian House, which I want to do some more working on. And I think that's it. Victor might stay out a little bit to get worked on, but they're kind of my plans, and I can't believe I'm actually giving you guys plans because I change them so much. But these are plans I think are going to stick definitely until November, when some of the Christmas patterns start coming out, because, you know, 'tis nearly the season to be jolly. Can you believe it? But that's it for now. So I really hope that you have enjoyed this FlossTube, and I hope to see you over on my Instagram. Again, I love connecting with everyone, so come over and say hi, and I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. Alright, thanks, see ya.